What's up, ladies and gents? Social Nurse here. Thank you so much for stopping by. I just finished doing some gardening, and I was over there on TikTok just now, and Yazz, that LPN, who she's a nurse, but the nurse that worked in the nursing home that went live while administering medications has given an update, and that update is that her director of nursing, her DON, has been contacted over 50 times. The state licensure has been contacted. She's being investigated, and her job has been posted. Now, Yazz is a young nurse who was not taking warnings from people that were in her lives seriously. She was saying that people were overreacting. She even during the med pass, medication administration, had a med error concerning a lidocaine patch. You can tell when it happened, and she revealed it as well. With that said, she thinks it's not important that she made a mistake with that lidocaine patch, right? Although there are lidocaine patches that can be purchased over the counter, those patches should be administered in a at-home environment as directed on the instructions. In a facility, she's in a nursing home, but I'm sure it's similar to hospitals, right? When you administer a lidocaine patch, you should administer it as prescribed. Typically, a lidocaine patch may be prescribed every 12 hours. The patch can remain on the skin for 12 hours, then off 12 hours before another patch is applied, right? We understand this. A patch should not be on the skin. A lidocaine patch, a transdermal lidocaine patch, should not be on the skin more than 12 hours if that is not the way that it is prescribed. I'm using a typical number that I've seen, 12 hours, right? Now, why? And I'm going to tell listeners, and maybe some other young nurses don't understand why it's important to remove that patch timely. Now, we're going to have to remember that medication should be, remember those rights, right? The right patient, the right drug, the right time, the right dose, and the right route, right? Now, back to this lidocaine patch. There's a couple of things, right? The reason why that patch should not be on for 24 straight hours or more than 12 hours or more than it's prescribed is because you don't want that patient to build up a tolerance for the lidocaine, right? You don't want continuous absorption of lidocaine into that area of the skin, entering the skin transdermally, getting into the system more than it needs to be, right? You don't want it to become toxic, right? Excessive absorption of the lidocaine could possibly lead to it getting into the bloodstream, right? And then we don't want to cause side effects because you left that patch on longer than it was supposed to be on, or put another one on back to back, or not as prescribed, right? Listen, yes, made that med error, thought it was not important because it was just a lidocaine patch. I'm not saying that situation was worse than is equal to or worse than a med error concerning a pill or an injection or something like that, right? But there's a reason why doctors prescribe lidocaine patches a certain way, following, right, the recommendation and what evidence has shown via the pharmaceutical companies' research about their med, right? And what has been approved by the Food and Drug Administration, right? There's reasons why these rules are in place. The studies show, yes, that the 12-hour allowance of the lidocaine patch produces the analgesic effect, right? Relieves the pain without producing a complete sensory block. Do you understand? So this is where you have to start understanding medications and their mechanisms of actions. It can get deep. And this is where understanding your nursing pharmacology in depth, right? And refreshing on it, or even reading, right, your reference points in your software, whatever reference points you have. Now, listen, I'm not, what I'm saying is there is a reason for the patch to be prescribed in every 12 hours, for every 12 hours, based on evidence. I probably didn't even hit everything about the patch and why the rationale is what it is, right? But with that said, good luck to Yazz. Hopefully she does better if employed again. So, what else would I like to say about this? I mean, it was really crazy how she seemed clueless to the fact that she was doing something wrong by broadcasting live during her work, her job on the floor, right? Her DAO, according to Yazz, when she updated uh, on TikTok, 50 times her director of nursing had been contacted, right? Um, I'm not sure what else to say. I think, people have said enough to that girl, that young lady. And I just wanted to follow up with the importance of lidocaine patch administration rationale, right? It does. And one more thing, I'm sorry, I could go on and on about medical stuff. That's why I rarely talk about it. I try to keep this channel lighthearted and rarely talk about real medical stuff. But Yes was looking at her computer, and apparently there is no electronic system double check. Although she was looking at the computer as to what to administer, I did not see her have any type of handheld scanning device to assist her, right? In recognizing that she might be doing something wrong. In a lot of the hospitals, everyone I've been in, there's a handheld scanning device connected to the medication administration record, the software, right, that we are looking at. And it will, you scan and it sends off all kinds of alerts, prompts. Are you sure? It'll even ask you, are you sure you want to do this? Some people just click, okay, without actually looking. But with that said, it is still up to the nurse to be aware, because the electronic system could break down and you're administering using paper with no prompts or help. So it just is what it is. Hopefully she does better. Good luck, Yazz. And you said that you've learned from this situation, and hopefully the investigation allows that you have another chance. Hopefully there's nothing else happened that we didn't see. They can't find, or there's nothing else, none recorded that you did that's horrible towards the patient, right? So good luck to you, social nurse.